tractor is very integral to our farm. We have a friend from the village that comes and does our groups that we had and different therapists. We can stop it there. Just hold it there, yes. We're going to do a presentation in the main hall sometime this week, and you'll get some more information about that. Today we're going to do all things veg. I don't think we've got any nuts. So I'm going to do some. This is a bit loud? Yeah. I'm going to quickly do two things. I'm going to show you how to start sauerkraut. Anybody eat sauerkraut? Sauerkraut, I think the word is actually German. It's the way you it's fermented cabbage, and it's very good for your stomach. Very good. All of us should be eating sauerkraut regularly. You can buy it in the health shop, but you can also make it. Yeah? Now, Cynthia, this is yours. Can you tell them about it? This is not expensive, but very good too.
Yes. Especially if it's just you, like I'm only doing raw food for one. So this little tool is just basically like mandolin, mandolin. So it just gives you separate little grating spots that you use. It's much like a food processor, but a manual food processor. So I just use it as my grater, hook it on here, and it works really well for small quantities. But if you're doing a lot for, you might want to use a food processor.
I love to use it because it does it very well. This one I use a lot. How do you use it? Usually you put it.
So you can hold it, it takes your container, you roll and you grate. And then when you get down to your small pieces, you just use it like that. So you don't
They're supposed to, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Yeah? Well, I'm lazy. So, I'm just showing you quickly. Exactly. Manual. So, that's for that. Now,
so it's a version of a mandolin, so you can get mandolin slices, so you get them up on the head. It might not look exactly like this, but there will be different versions. They're very much more fancy than this. And you can just use them, they're all slicing. Yeah.
so when you start, if you're doing this for the first time, if you're feeling a bit nervous, you can wait. For every kilo, you've got 1 kilo of cabbage, you put about 2 teaspoons of this. Salt. A good salt. Himalayan. Good sea salt. I wouldn't use Celtic because of the grains. Yeah, I suppose you could use Celtic. But I'm not really going to measure now.
So how much salt to 1 kilogram?
1 kilogram is about 2 teaspoons. Yeah? So, yeah. And then the salt will work on the cabbage and start to break it down. So you're massaging it. You just massage. And as you massage for a few minutes, you'll see the water springing from the cabbage. Okay? And you feel it getting softer and softer. After you've done this, you'll find in your bowl quite a bit of water, liquid. And then you get a nice clean jar and put it in. Make sure there's enough space at the top because there'll be gases and liquids coming. I did it once and I overfilled it, and the following morning the liquid come out on the table. Yeah? So look, that's not even a minute. Okay? And you can salt to your own taste, I suppose.
You have to throw the water?
No. You don't throw the water. You keep the water. You continue massaging this, and then you get a nice jar. I usually buy jars, or if somebody sends me a jar, I keep it. Yeah. You sterilize your jars by just boiling them. Yeah? Or you can wet it and put it in a microwave for 2 minutes, or you can wet it and put it in the oven for probably about 6 minutes or something like that, and that will sterilize it. But I tend to, so you just put this in a jar, press it down so the liquid is on top. The liquid covers it, and that helps to preserve it. And you just put it on your countertop. And depending on the weather, in Spain if it's hot, after 2 days, it's ready. In fact, you can eat it straight away. Yes? But after 2 days, you can eat it after 4 days. And then you can just leave it in your fridge. A week or weeks? Weeks. Yeah. It's recommended about a week to 2 weeks. But I've had it there for weeks and it didn't. Yeah. Okay? So that's the sauerkraut.
How would you sour? You just add that to your salad?
You can add it to your salad, you can put it in sandwiches, you can eat it in a burger. Yeah? Yes, in fact, there's another red cabbage I had to do, but because of time, I don't think I'll do it. It's the same process. But the red cabbage is a bit thicker, but the salt makes it really soft. So I don't think I'll do the red cabbage because it's the same thing.
If you mix it.
Pardon? Well, vary it. You mean, there's goodness in both. They're different, aren't they?
Sorry, can I just ask you that? I'm shopping for a lady, and she has it, she looks really good for it. But there's sort of loads of water in the jar that you
That's fine.
Is that okay?
That's fine. Yeah.
And sorry, yeah. We can't hear you.
I can't hear them. Okay.
Speak up.
Do you put anything else with the cabbage and the sauce?
That's it, but it's up to you. You can put carrots in it, you can put peppers, and if you want no more liquid, no. And maybe you want to add other things to it, it's fine. But that's the base. And then you can experiment. You could mix the red and the white. Can you hear me at the back?
Yes.
But when
So you just put them afterwards?
Pardon?
Just add them afterwards?
You can do it together.
You can
All together. Massage it all together.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And do you know why?
Can you repeat the question because we don't have mics, so not everybody's.
Okay. She said, if you add carrots and peppers, do you do them separately? No, you put them all together.
And massage them all.
And you massage them together.
And onions, you say?
You could put onions if you like, but remember when you put it in the jar, you just press it down, make sure it's below the water. And what you can do, you get you get a weight, or you leave piece of the actual cabbage, fold it, and press it on top like a stopper to keep it down so the water's on top. Okay, and you seal the jar, but they've got special jars with like funnels. They say burping funnels. so the gas comes out. I haven't got one of those. So what I do, regularly I just open it, press it down to give it some air. And it works fine for me. Okay? We're going to move on. Yeah? Yes. Yeah, you use the liquid. Absolutely.
Because some people
Don't
throw it away thinking, yeah.
Don't throw it. Yeah? Now we're going to do another little...
The liquid is basically like your probiotic. The whole thing that you're eating is eating a probiotic. It gives really good digestive enzymes to your gut. So you take probiotics for digestive enzymes in your gut. This is your digestive enzyme.
Yeah.
That's the liquid.
The vegetable and all of it together, yes.
So when you do it, you put it outside the fridge or you put it in the fridge?
Outside.
Yeah.
You leave it outside because it needs to be warm. And once it is, when it's really turned, it changes color. It's a more yellowy. This is more green. You can see the color changing. And it's up to you. If you want it more crunchy, then you put it in the fridge. If you want it really soft, then you leave it out. As I say, in Spain the weather is warmer. So usually about 4 days. If it's really hot, by 2 days it's just ready. Here it might take you a week to what you want. As I said, you can eat it like this now. But as it matures, I suppose the juices and the enzymes is better for your stomach. Now the last thing I'm going to do, I call it a salsa, but you wouldn't call it a salsa. It's something that I've learned from mixing with a lot of Latin Americans. Yes? This is a version of what they do. So, it's something that you do mainly with tomatoes and other things. So we've got some cherry tomatoes, I've got some spring onions, and some cucumbers. Yeah? Or scallion, if you're Jamaican. Then you put a bit of lemon and some salt. Lemon, some salt. If you've got herbs, I like all things paprika.
It's not your Doritos salsa.
So you can't have any of this. I put a little paprika. You can put a little cayenne if you want. And I think inside I had some, I did cut up some of this. Could you chop up some of this for me, please?
What is that?
This is
Basil. Basil, basil.
Just growing.
And some of our good olive oil. This is mine. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Homemade.
That's proper organic.
Properly organic. Cold press. Not too much. Did we bring any spoon?
You can grab a spoon. Can you get a spoon from the kitchen?
Yeah. And you mix it up.
A couple.
Oh, garlic. I do all,
But we didn't bring them.
I do all things garlic. And some onions. So you mix that. If you do it the night before, it marinates. And the tomato produces more water, and it's just a beautiful sauce that you can eat for breakfast, for lunch, with your salad. Yes? Thanks. I can't remember the name. Whatever you want. Yeah? Cynthia said it's not salsa, because salsa is more liquid. But yeah.
More flan.
Yeah? You use red onions, yeah? You always do.
Softer, aren't
So in Latin American, you make this.
Yes.
What do you call it in Spanish?
You say it's like a salsa.
It's like,
Ensalada.
it's not just a salsa enchilada. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And that's it. Yeah, thank you. And we've got some, what was that? Garlic. Okay, thank you very much. You always use red. You've got the basic gist.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Right, I think Cynthia, I'm going to clean up. You're going to, Miriam's going to tell you what she's going to do.
Watch this one.
Yes.
No kale.
Hold on.
How to eat kale raw.
You have to use this because your voice is soft.
Yeah. So kale is very tough and very bitter, but you can eat it raw. There is a way in which you can eat it raw.
Do you want that bowl? Should we take that out?
And it's a very similar process actually to doing the sauerkraut. Now, when I do it, I put it in ice cold water first, and then I add lots of salt. But you don't have to put it in water. You can just do the salt and the lemon. But when I learned how to do it, it was with ice cold water. You put it in there, then you add quite a lot of salt on top. So I'd already started the process, and we didn't have enough to see it breaking down. You'll see it afterwards. And we're also going to do spinach as well.
Can you hear
So-
it back?
So are you doing them together or separately?
I'm going to do the kale first, and then I'm going to add the spinach. So this has already been in water, and you basically add the salt. Shall I do it? Just.
I'm going to let it down in a minute.
Yes. Yes. So you need an amount of salt to break it down, and then you can rinse it afterwards. Now the thing is, once you've used salt to break it down, it will taste salty, so you actually don't need to add any more salt to it afterwards. Yeah. And what you do, add a bit of lemon juice.
That's a good question. So you put salt in the sauerkraut, but with the breaking down process, you don't taste the salt. So once it's all broken down, this will be different today because it's not completely broken down, but once you've left it a few days and it's completed its process, it won't taste salty for the sauerkraut.
So what you do is you basically, sorry? Yeah, this is. But if you've been told to keep away from salt, maybe you shouldn't use it. I don't want anybody to go use it and then become ill. But you break it down. And if you see when you first get it that it's a lighter green, by the time it's broken down, it goes a very dark green. Yeah, it's like you're washing clothes. And it actually does go quite soft. Instead of being, another thing you need to do, because this was the long kale, so you need to take the fibrous bit in the middle out, the spine. You need to take that out, because that's almost indigestible. Sorry? We would always advise a good salt. Yeah, you know you can buy curly kale, but it's already chopped up. I have done it with curly kale, but then when I put it in the water, you have to go and you have to remove all the spinal bits out. That's a much longer process, but you do have to remove the spine because it's not really very digestible when it's raw. To help with the breakdown process. Otherwise, you can do it. You can if you got loads of time, you can leave it overnight.
Sorry, she's asking you a question.
Sorry. To help break down, because it is very fibrous, it helps to break it down. And it actually reduces it quite a lot. It looks like there's hardly anything there. No, and it's actually quite soft now.
It is. And because you know those types of kale are very hard to eat, they're very tough. I didn't know this way, this is new. This is really interesting.
This is, yeah. A lot of people actually just eat spinach. You can just eat spinach raw, but if you want a different kind of consistency, because this is going to be, when it's done, you can chop it. I didn't chop it before, no, because by the time you do all this, break it down, and it's the same process. Spinach doesn't take anywhere near as long. I've got the kale, I'm not rubbing it in yet, I'm breaking down the spinach first. Cynthia's got a different way of doing this. You can tell, you can explain your way of doing it to them. But it's already, look, how very quickly it's broken down. And then if you want to mix it, because otherwise kale is quite bitter if you don't do that with it.
Normally, if I'm just breaking down kale, I think if you're used to it, if you're using kale or if you're using this Carvello kale, whatever, it's really, really very strong. So what did you say, somebody, the right name? Yeah, that's right. So I would just, so you can make a kale salad and you can just use some oil and you would use this, chop it fine and still use the same process of your hands and lemon juice as well.
Lemon juice.
And just keep on turning it and squeezing it and just let it break down. And then you can leave it in the fridge or you can leave it out overnight and you can make an avocado salad that way. And the avocado itself helps and just mush it all in. It's really, really good. You just mush it all in, squeeze it up, and it's an avocado kale salad. You can add different things to it. But always take out the spines out of your kale.
Always.
Because it's you can't really break down the spines and they're not very pleasant unless you like.
I can go round and you can have a little taste.
No, we can put it
Or you're going to put it on there?
No, we'll put it on your tasters.
Okay. And there we are.
That's good.
You can mix it or you can keep it separate. And we're going to keep it separate just so that you can have the different taste.
And like she said, you can rinse it.
You can rinse it.
You want to rinse it?
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah.
And you can add different things to it, can't you?
Is she rinsing the mixture?
She's going to rinse because of the salt. So if you can't use salt, and remember this one is not like, salt is going to be in it. And you're going to taste the salt. So if you don't want the salt, you can just rinse it off. You don't have to give it a huge wash so you're washing out all the nutrients. But you can just give it a light rinse.
You don't need to do the sauerkraut.
Sorry?
You don't need to do the sauerkraut.
No, not at all. Not at all. The sauerkraut does not taste salty, right? It doesn't taste salty.
It should taste salty.
But not salty. It won't taste that hot. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just let that Any more questions?
What am I going to put it in?
Alright, so I've just got one last thing to do. For the final demonstration, I'm going to do cauliflower rice. Has anybody eaten cauliflower rice? You love it. That's good. Yeah? Say. So my mom, I'm trying to get, she's a diabetic and she eats a lot of carbs, she hasn't got any teeth. So I want to get her to eat more vegetables, not rice and stuff like that. Rice is soft. So I made cauliflower rice for my mum, not raw. This is raw for you guys with teeth. And so I made it for her and just put it on her plate. And I said, Mum, what did you eat? She said, rice. So I thought, my job is done. It's wonderful. So it was very good. All right, so I'm just going to use a very small food processor. Well, mixer really, chopper. Like again, I have some small things because if you're doing for one, then it's much easier. So there are several ways you can do your rice. If you're doing a lot of cauliflower, you can cut that for me, please, in pieces. Yeah, the cauliflower, we can chop it up. So there's different ways you can do it. So if you have a food processor and you're doing a lot of cauliflower, you can actually chop it up, put it in the processor and cover it with water and just pulsate it. It comes out perfectly. It comes out really, really nicely. And you can get your size that you need and you just strain off the water. It just takes a few pulses and it's done. You can also do it in here. It works just as well. And the nice thing about doing cauliflower rice this way is that you can use up all of the cauliflower. You don't have to cut out the stem. Some people like the stem. I like the stem, but some people don't like it. But we can, oh, I haven't plugged this in. Oh, what can I unplug? Okay, is there a laptop? This is very short. Can it come over? Because it's only short. Thank you. Perfect. Yeah. No. It'll go in here. All right. So I'm just going to stuff my. I can put anything, all of it, all the stems and everything in here. I'll just keep it small since I got a few. And I put this on. So short. All right, basically I'm just going to pulse. And you can get whatever consistency you like. So it's really fast. Just make sure it's all done. I could have done it a bit more actually. Let's put those in there for me, please. Oh, yes. Yeah. You can do broccoli rice. Should we just do cauliflower today? All right, do the broccoli as well.
So is that all you do with it?
Yes, ma'am. This is a raw food class. But if you're gonna cook it, that's all you do as well. You just do the same thing. Yeah, and you do the same thing, and then you add water. It actually takes a bit of water to cook it. So I just make sure that all the bits are done, and depending on, there it is. So it's just like rice. And today we thought, just to show you, and we add a little bit of color, we're gonna, oh, didn't put that in. We're just going to do a bit of broccoli and add it. So you can do whatever you want with raw food, right? Just to make it interesting for yourself. Can I have the spatula, please? Oh, it's okay. I'll take these out because otherwise they get. Thank you.
Add a bit of colour to it.
And then you season it. Oh, where's my time? Give me the time, please.
What do you want?
Yes.
Cynthia, question at the back.
Yes.
I was just going to say how simple and quick it is, and yet they're charging for it.
And it doesn't taste as good.
Yeah, you can buy it.
It does not taste as good.
Really? Why would you buy it?
Yeah, because everything is convenient these days. So what I'm going to do in there, for me, I should have put it in the rice. That one's the stemless. I'm going to put some fresh thyme, but it's actually dried out now, just to give it some flavor. So sometimes when I'm cooking it, like if I cook it for my mum, I try to make rice and peas. And she still doesn't know the difference. No, this is good. So I'm going to do this one, and I'll just... This one's a little bit more, got more to do, but I'm going to mix it anyway. And oh, see, it's not all done. This one's a little harder.
It is.
Yeah, and the different sizes. Yeah, the different sizes. Do you want to finish? Let's just finish it. Just put those in. Yeah, put them all in. Not those big ones. Yeah. And we'll just do it. And so I'm putting the thyme in there so that it just gives it a different bit of flavor and it's all blended in. Can you put some more thyme in there for me, please? You can, but is Scotch bonnet good for you? It tastes delicious. And you can put any other herbs you like. You can put basil, any herbs that you want to put in there. So it's my final. Yeah, it is that simple. It's really not hard at all. So we're going to just do this today. And then for this, if you want to, you just season it. So what seasonings shall I put in here? Mixed herbs. Yeah, we do have mixed herbs. Where's the mixed herbs, please? So I've got thyme in here. So there it is.
Mixed herbs.
Actually, this looks like the pesto that we wanted.
Got mixed herbs, paprika.
So we got some mixed herbs. I haven't measured anything.
Yeah.
We got smoked paprika.
Turmeric.
And I'll just put some onion and a little bit of oil. Some onion powder. Yes. Cayenne. Cayenne is here. I'll just put a pinch for some who don't like it too hot. This is not the 1000%. Yeah, it's not the medicinal one. And sorry? You absolutely can. Absolutely. I'll take that out. And then I'm going to add not salt but tamari. Do people know tamari? This is tamari sauce, and it's a little less salty than regular soy sauce. So, and it's very tasty. With Bragg's aminos. I love Bragg's. I think this is a little less salty than Bragg's. Bragg's is very salty, but it's very tasty. But this is tasty and less, I think, less salty. I didn't put the onion powder in. Let's put a little bit of onion powder, it's here, and a little bit of garlic powder. And I'm just going to put a little bit of oil. Tamarind, you can put whatever flavors you like in your rice.
Tamari, is it made with tamarind?
No, it's soya.
Is it soy?
Soya.
I'll tell you what it is.
Soya, but not so. I'm sure it's
Soya beans. Soya beans.
But it's
Yeah.
not as strong as normal soya. It's not quite as strong as normal soya. Some people will tell you, and I'm not sure it's fermented, is it?
It is. I think it is fermented. But it's also a raw, you know, like if you're on a raw. Oh, no, I'm not. Don't let me write. I know Bragg's is raw. Bragg's is kind of a raw, not been through the. Drop it in there for me. I haven't got a spoon, just powder it in. Yes, you can use it as a raw. That's good. Yes, I don't think so. I think tamari is. No, I can't speak on tamari whether it's processed, so I don't want to do that.
Or what they put in it than the process.
It's
Because a lot of these soya sauces, they're just chemical mixed.
this one is fermented in a wooden keg, so this one's fermented more naturally.
Needs salt and a bit of lemon.
Yeah.
We're good. This is nice. I can actually taste the thyme. Oh my goodness, I'm putting all the onion and garlic.
We've done the garlic. This is the onion.
Yes.
Onion and garlic powder. Or if
But you
want-
can use fresh garlic. Fresh garlic would be nicer.
If you want a bit of bite.
But if you just want a plain rice, like you don't have to put all this stuff in it. I'm just taking out the pips that I shouldn't have put in there. And it just needs a little more salt. Here, taste that. Tell me if you need more salt. I'll put a little more tamari. Oh, there you go. It's not going to be salty. Yeah, it needs more salt. Yes, let me just taste it because I put the tamari, just to make sure. And that's it. So this is a little different to but this is raw rice if you want to do something and then add your dish to it. Just for display today, we did a different kind of coloring. Yeah? So, very simple, really. I wish I hadn't put the tamari. I made it salty. Yes. And my very, very favorite flavor you can add if you're doing raw is sesame oil. Is anybody allergic to sesame? You're allergic? Oh, okay. I'm just going to put a little bit in there. You don't need a lot. So I'm just going to put just like a teaspoon. But when we do raw, it isn't raw in itself, but yes, when I do raw, I add it because for flavor. You have to have some flavor in raw food. Beautiful. There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, I'd say so. That is just really adds a nice flavor taste. Because it just gives you this, I don't know if it's sea salt depth in your food that you have. It's done. Who would you like to try it?
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
So we're just going to give you all the tasters of what we did today. So it's not difficult. It's really simple. Any questions? So the recipes we don't have. This was a very last minute effort for us, so we didn't have recipes. And so what the plan is that it will go up on the website. If you've got a pen, I can tell you what the website will be. The ahreformers.com is the website that it's going to be. And they've asked for patience whilst they get everything together. So we will put the recipes together. It will go to them, and it will go onto the website, ahreformers.com, and it will be linked to TTI website. Where's Sharon?
I'm here, sorry, what?
It will be linked to your TTI, the recipes. It will, because I'm sending them to AHReform. Is that right?
AHR, Association of Health.
AHR. So I'm giving you bad information. Can you tell everybody? Oh, if we
Send it to me as well. I can put it on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
We've got a TTI Facebook page.
Okay. So please say the address again. I've got it on my phone, guys.
AH Reformers, that's it.
It was AH Reformers, okay. ahreformers.com, yeah? The recipes so the recipes for what we've done this week, we will. The pizza is down to her. She'll do it. Yes. She'll put it on. Yes. Pardon? Rowena. Rowena did the pizzas.
Yeah,
And
the
so
recipes will go up.
they go up. And the burger.
Do the pizza.
You did I am telling lies on Miriam. I'm sorry. Miriam did the pizzas. She stood there quietly. It was beautiful. Sorry, yes. Oh, question, yes. Just a second, guys, because I can't hear. Sorry.
So you've done all the salads, the rice, and what's the raw recipe for the protein?
What's the protein? So what we haven't got. Vegetables have their own protein, and I must say that sometimes we focus so much on proteins when we don't need as much as we think we need. We've got proteins in all our vegetables, a small amount, but for later when we do this, because we will do it for the raw. Is it very? All right. Can you hear me? Is it better if I pull this away? There's there's a lot of noise in here with the kitchen and stuff, so let's just try and listen. All right. So for proteins, we would add some nuts to the vegetables or seeds to the vegetables and just mix it in and make a kind of compote together. So if you were doing and tofu if you're doing 80-20 raw. So if you're at home and you're doing mostly raw, you can add tofu for your proteins or something like that, or tempeh, something that's fermented and can give you that protein. Beans, chickpeas, sprouted beans are beautiful and you can sprout your own beans and vegetables, right? Rowena, we should have done sprouts. So basically, you get a good jar. It's very, very easy. So you get a good jar, glass, make it clean, soak your beans that you choose to sprout. Say you want to sprout peas. Alfalfa is always the easiest. Try and buy organic beans to sprout. They sprout better. So you would soak them overnight. So if you're doing peas, soak them overnight. Then the next day, you just throw off the water and cover the top with kitchen paper or muslin cloth or something like that. Or if you've got a proper sprouter, then you can do that. And every day you need to wash or rinse your beans so that they don't dry out. If you don't rinse them, they're not going to grow well. So every day you rinse them twice a day. I rinse mine morning and evening, and then cover them up again. And within a day, because they've been soaked, you'll see them start growing, especially if you're growing alfalfa. And within 3 days, they should be ready. And alfalfa sprouts are delicious in salads and in everything. And also, so are chickpeas. They're delicious sprouts. You can sprout them and then you can use them in whichever way you want. So you can add seasonings to them and make them into your main kind of protein for your dish. Yeah?
I really do enjoy sprouting, but one of the things that I sometimes struggle with is sometimes you get a bit of mold.
You get a bit of mold.
So is that why you rinse it twice a day?
You should rinse it twice a day.
I was only doing it once, and I've got a sprouter, but it's still...
Yeah. And I find I've had sprouters and they get moldy. I've been using the jar, and the jar I like better. And make sure you get lots of air.
Sometimes with the chickpeas...
So, hold on. Oh, hold on 1 second.
I never get the mold. No, probably because I only rinsed it once.
Yeah, you need to. And
You need to do it twice.
In Spain, I've done the rinsing 3 times when it's really hot.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I was saying yes, you have to rinse it twice a day. But if the weather is really hot, then you might need to rinse it 3 times a day. And you need good drainage.
Yes. So don't leave them sitting in water. You need them to be damp, but don't leave them sitting in the water. But you definitely need water within the jar in order to make them grow.
When you say mold, that will be black. Because
Fur, not black molds, but it was just get grey molds growing on top of it.
Sometimes I do that, but I didn't know that I was sprouting. So, but I found that black...
Use this because everyone can hear you.
When I do that, the second day, I found in the chickpeas black spots. I was thinking that is mold, no. But I was doing that, but I didn't know that I was doing sprouting.
Well, I've never seen black spots on that, so it may be something different, but you can see mold that is growing. It's grey and fluffy and, that kind of stuff that is growing on your vegetables that you don't want on there. So rinse them, keep them rinsed, keep them moist, but not sitting in water. Yes?
Where would you place your jar? Place it in direct sunlight?
No. Rowena, you don't place it in direct sunlight. Oh, okay. So
I have mine in a jar.
Yes.
I put it on the windowsill.
Yes. So I have mine, and I put them out of the direct sunlight of the window, because you'll read in some places that it says keep them out of direct sunlight. That's what it says, because I think it helps them to reach for the light. So I think that would be the reason that they would do that. Yes.
In the raw diets, I know that for every meal, it doesn't matter if it's raw, we have to have carbohydrates.
Okay, so the question is,
How do you use carbohydrates in a raw diet?
okay, so the question is, how do you get carbs in a raw diet? Do you want to answer that, Rowena? The one thing I would say, Rowena might answer again. So in many of the things that you'd use, many of them are just carbohydrate type foods, right? So if you use nuts and you use seeds and they'll have carbs in them.
Yeah.
Here,
Yes. But many foods have different elements. But I know I've eaten raw sweet potatoes. The same way you pickle it with the salt, I did that. Sliced it thinly, and I used salt and lemon and cook it. Sweet potato, butternut squash. We're not on a fully raw, but if you're on a fully raw, then you learn the different things, carbs that you can use. Things like avocado. Avocado also has carbs. You'll be surprised the amount of food that's got carbs, protein, fats.
But also your carbs is like your sugar really, because it breaks down to glucose.
Yes,
So if you're eating fruits, you're eating carbs, your fruits are going to be raw.
yes. She's saying if you're eating glucose, it's similar. Remember, originally we were supposed to eat what? Fruits, seeds. So our bodies are made to live on those things. Yeah?
How long we can do, for example, a raw diet?
Well, there are people who've been on raw diets for 20 years, 50 years. Have you seen the raw chef? Yeah. She's about 70 something and she looks like she's 40.
My nieces and nephew, they do that.
Years and years and years. Complete raw. Nothing cooked. They're people. Yeah? Yeah? For us it seems strange. It's like, I remember when we first went to Africa and we told people who were vegans, they looked at us and said, how do you survive? What do you do? They couldn't imagine being a vegetarian. And it's like us. We can't imagine being a raw foodie, being on a raw diet. But it's very, very possible. Very, very possible.
Okay, if we done?
Yeah. And also there's juicing. There are things you can juice. Yeah?
Sorry. What can I don't know how to say the question, please. What can I do about, can we mix, because I know that there are two sides. Many doctors outside Adventists, or Adventist doctors, or not Adventist doctors, doctors and nutritionists, and saying that it's not good to mix fruits with vegetables. And there is, in the other side, Adventist doctors or nutritionists, or not Adventist doctors or nutritionists, and they say, I am saying the against of that. No, yes, we can, so some of them are saying, the middle are saying we can mix fruits, and the others no, don't mix fruit with vegetables. So
Yeah. Well, when it comes to fruit and vegetable, most people, even the spirit of prophecy, says you shouldn't mix them and you shouldn't have too many different elements in one meal. There's some things that's a fruit that we use as vegetables, like tomatoes, avocados. But as much as we can, we try to, I think, we try to keep them separate. And when it comes to this diet thing, there are so many schools. You've got to do your research and really think carefully. Some people say, no oil, none at all. And others say, you need some for your brain on whatever. And some say, no salt. Other people say, it's important that you get the minerals in the salt. Yeah? Everybody has to do their own research and pray and ask the Lord to guide you. You do the best thing you can and the Lord will bless you.
Thank you.
Just on what you've touched on, mixing fruit and veg.
I'll repeat it.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to add a comment.
Yeah.
I'm here to mind. Yeah, so just wanted to add on what you've just mentioned on the fruit and veg. A few years ago, a friend of mine, his wife had breast cancer. And she was fortunate, one of the doctors called her to the side and told her, never mix fruit and veg. This was probably 10 years ago. It's never come back. The cancer just went in here in England, yeah.
They have different rates of digestion, and it's important that the fruit, you don't mix them. Okay? We're going to look at the time. If there's any more questions, or suggestions, or comments.
Yes, well, we've heard that you shouldn't use oil. The people have said it's not biblical, but Jesus, they used oil, and also the woman in Lalaji, she wasn't using that as fuel. She was making dough with it, wasn't she? So I don't know where they get it from. It's not biblical.
There's some oils that are not really oil. Even now, olive oil. There's some olive oil that's not really olive oil, and there's some oil that's actually bad for you. You know? So you've got to be careful. I won't even say the word. I wouldn't use rapeseed.
It was just how do you replace your salad cream and mayonnaise? How do you replace your salad creams and mayonnaise?
Oh, wow. There's so many exciting salad creams and mayonnaise. So many. And we didn't do any. Yes. But you can make with tofu, you can make with seeds, you can make with nuts, you can make with a variety of things. Even sweet potatoes can be added to make your mayonnaise and salad dressing. So many.
I use the hummus as a mayonnaise.
Yes, hummus. Hummus, very good. Mayonnaise. There's so many things. You don't need to use the fake mayonnaise in the shop.
No. I missed your seminar. But did you talk about how to start off on a raw diet?
No, we didn't. About how to start off on a raw diet? I'm not on a raw diet. I'm just starting off.
Okay.
You know, for years, we tried to have about 50% raw, which means a nice big salad. But what we've been doing it's new to us. It's a raw journey. I don't think I will be 100% raw. You know, and I think there are times when I might say, I need to go raw all week. Something like that. But I think little by little, one step at a time, learn, investigate, find out for yourself. Yes? We've got to finish.
Sorry, I was going to say that I've done raw for 3 months, and I did 80-20. So my 20 was generally a good bread or some soup that I made with vegetables. Not necessarily sourdough, just good, healthy, whole wheat, if that's your thing or whatever it is. But I did it for health reasons, and I found it to be very, very, very beneficial to me in so many ways. It's a long story, but I did it for 3 months, and I think, you know, if you have health issues and you want to help it, I wouldn't, you know, it is difficult to go 100% raw, but I think going raw is what God has given us in the beginning, and there's so many exciting and interesting and useful things that you can do. So the book I brought yesterday was called Raw Food Made Easy. So if you're an absolute beginner to raw, you can get that book. It's called Raw Food Made Easy. There are lots of books out there, but I found this one really, really simple. So you could try it. Raw Food Made Easy by Jennifer Kornblit. And it's a useful starter. It's got a range of every little thing, and you don't need any complicated gadgets or anything to follow the recipes. So it's a good starter if you need to. Kornblet. Kornblet, yes. Yes? Oh, can we finish the questions? Have you got, or is your question? Sorry.
It's kind of, it's to do with what it's not an announcement. It's even like this morning when we had the breakfast and I saw the green stuff, I assumed it was spinach, and I'm like, spinach, but we've got tomato and we've just had fruit. No, it was okra, or okra, as some people say, and which is a fruit. I don't like okra, but it's a fruit, so it was still going along with the plantain was fruit, the okra was fruit, the tomato was fruit, the fruit was fruit.
You stick up for the kitchen.
Here we go.
Please, I just want to know which olive oil is the best one.
Which olive oil is the best? Which olive oil is the best one for the sake of the cameras?
Cold press.
The one from Unacenta.
It's cold pressed virgin olive oil. Now, when we take our olives to the Almazara, the factory, they press it. That's the first press. That's what you get. Then after that, they press it again. It's like you're making carrot juice. The first squeeze is the best, and then the next one you might add a little water to get another. Yeah? So cold press, the first, which is called virgin, which means it's a first press. And the cold, because it doesn't go above a certain temperature, so it doesn't destroy the elements in the oil. You can tell by the color, you can tell by the smell, and you can tell by the taste. Okay?
And the price.
Not necessarily the price, it might be expensive. But thank you very much. We have to wind up now and tidy up. And we are going to finish with the video about the farm. This has been a wonderful experience for us, and we think we would like to do a week of raw food at the farm. And we'll get some of the experts to come with us.
We'll send it out. We'll send out the information.
We'll send out the information. In November, late November, we're hoping to have a retreat. And these are glimpses of other retreats that we've had. But thank you for being with us. And you can get our phone number and details from there. Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to talk about the beautiful gifts that you've given us. Food is a gift. Lord, we're trying to learn so we can use it better to glorify you. We thank you for all those who are here, and we pray that we may all leave with the determination to work harder and to learn more about looking after our bodies. We thank you and we praise you in Jesus' name.
Can I just say one more thing? I think Pastor Sam, my brother, he does a detox, 10-day raw food detox, and it's online. So if you haven't heard about it but you want to join, it's a really good way. So whenever he does it, I always join. And it's a really good way of having camaraderie and helping each other to be encouraged to do the process. You learn lots of different things from different people in the group. So I've always enjoyed it. I've done it about 3 times, but yeah. So whenever if anybody's interested,
I've done it once.
sorry, sorry. Pardon? So Sam, what do we do if people are interested?
Yes, I haven't.
Contact us.
Just get. I'll send out the information when we're ready to do it.
But they're all in different churches. That's the issue. So
Yeah, if you contact us,
yeah.
phone number
Just take
or
our details and we'll be.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.